Welcome everyone to episode 8 of JourneyCast.
Welcome.
My name is Levi, and this is my co-host,
Alicia. Hello.
and joined by us today. I mean, if you don't know who this is,
Yeah.
I mean, really.
I don't know what you're doing.
yeah, you should know who this is. We won't even bother introducing him.
Not today.
But I mean, yeah,
Who are you?
who are you?
I'm just some guy who goes to the youth group pretty much. That's
Yeah.
it.
Cool.
Yeah,
cool.
That's all I am.
What grade are you in?
12.
Oh,
I'm
so
about to get out of
graduating.
Yeah, about to get out of here.
Yeah, fixing get out of here.
Yeah. I'm after Alicia's job actually as
Oh,
a
really?
youth pastor.
Oh,
He has made that clear. Yes.
I told her I'm graduating and she's leaving.
he's coming for it.
But
Yes.
Better watch out.
you should be worried too.
You can put me down as a reference.
Oh, okay.
You should be worried, Levi, because
Yeah.
he specifically said he was demoting me to your job.
Oh, so I'm. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
What am I gonna do?
You're getting cut off to Just Tech.
Oh,
I don't know.
okay.
At least you still have a job.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm
Not
not
just
trying to-
like just video stuff then.
Yeah.
So would I still do this?
I don't know actually.
Yeah.
I feel like I'd probably
Alicia
get-
could figure it out.
You'd like stand
You've-
over there this time
You've
now.
helped
though.
set this up a few times. You know what you're doing.
Yeah, I've done it very poorly.
No,
yeah.
you'll be okay.
It doesn't seem too hard.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't broken
But I
anything
mean,
yet.
I can imagine that. Like, what if I just like got in a car accident tomorrow
No.
and then you had
I'd
to
just
do
come.
this?
I'd come in.
Can you even imagine? The quality
would
of
you do?
everything we do would be horrible.
I could
I'd have
just
to
do
go
it.
back to
Well, you'd be
PowerPoint
okay.
photos of cats.
Tyler
What?
would help you. You'd figure it out.
Cats.
You know, some
Was there?
Canva and stuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
it'd be okay.
Do remember
This is not the
old
dream, though.
slides.
Please don't do that.
You just have to watch YouTube tutorials. That's how I learn.
No, that's
everything.
true. That's literally true.
You probably have to do 10 years worth of that though.
No,
busy
like
that day.
10 minutes.
I'm busy
With
that-
shorts, you're fine.
Yeah.
They're being condensed.
Yeah. Condensed short form tutorials.
Yeah, any impressive reels that you see or whatever comes from Levi.
No, that's
not from me.
Alicia's editing all of those in her spare
There
time.
is no world where that is true.
Yeah.
This is Josue.
Oh, yeah.
Sway.
I gave your name away just
That's
in
okay.
case. Yeah.
You have to use your name at some point.
There's an accent in my name, but I won't tell you where.
Josue, how long have we known each other for?
I don't actually know if we met at the youth group or not.
It's possible that it's been longer
Was-
than your 6 years.
Was
Yeah.
Alicia, you were already youth pastor when Josue started coming to you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you start coming right in grade 7 or did you like do
Uh-huh.
8 or 9? Okay. Grade 7.
I pulled up from the start and I've just stuck around.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
pretty excited actually because I have photos of you from the past 6 years.
Oh,
Right.
I also found some funny ones too.
So for those who
Excellent.
don't know, we've got a grad ceremony coming up.
This is true.
And so this is our time to show any embarrassing photos that we've
Yes.
collected of our students over the years.
Yes.
I'm
and
proud
show
of
them
all of
to
them.
all the other grads and their parents. Yeah. You're proud of every moment.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's made me who I am at
As
this
you
youth
should
group.
be. Yeah.
I wouldn't be who I am specifically at the youth group without them.
Right. That's fair.
I've worked 6 long years to build this name for myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You've built your brand.
I really have.
Yeah.
I mean, you think of grade 12 boys and only I exist.
Yeah.
To be fair, it's like only me and my one friend who go in the grade 12s at this point. So it makes sense.
You had a friend come out
sweet.
the other night though. Last night.
Oh, yeah.
Alan.
Alan.
Shout out to Alan.
Hello, Alan.
love
Nice
Alan.
meeting you. I feel like I wasn't sure if I'd met Alan before or not.
Probably not.
Okay. I was like, I think maybe I've met him before. And then I kind of felt bad. I was like, oh, shoot. I just introduced myself for the first time. I know someone who's done that too.
No
I
one's
can't
done
remember.
that to me.
I can't remember who they were doing it to, but every time they met this person, they would always introduce themselves again. And like, no, we've met before.
Right.
Oh,
Yes,
remember
I know
now.
who that is.
They-
Yeah.
they were
That
doing
happens
it
to me
to you.
too.
Yeah.
They never remember
so
who I am
funny.
either.
You're like, oh, that hurt
Like,
my feelings.
Oh, yes. I just
little bit.
Sometimes I just go with it. It's easier to just pretend it's the first
Yeah.
time I've met him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really get forgotten a lot. So
That's why everyone listening should know Josue already.
that's what I'm
Yes.
saying.
Yeah.
And the reason why we're interviewing you, I mean, because you are interesting, but because like before we started the podcast,
Yeah.
we said, what do you guys want us to talk about?
Right.
And the number 1 topic was dating. And the number 2 topic was Josue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just want to talk about Josue. I think you were also one of the people that suggested it, but
I did.
Many other people were also suggesting it.
Yeah, but mainly me.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so
Don't
yeah,
describe.
we did the dating episode and we're like, what now? You know, we've already reached
Came
the
full
peak of
circle.
what we can create in content.
Dating episode part 2.
So
So ask and you shall receive.
yeah, Josue is here.
He wants
yeah.
to talk about dating.
I'm here to talk about
What's your
whatever.
dating advice, Josue?
My dating advice is, I need to say something very important here.
This better be good.
Yeah. Hot take.
You know what? You got to pray. You know what? Actually, like, it's like half a joke because it's funny, because it is the answer to every question.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it is the answer to every question.
But it's a joke because it's the answer to every question.
Yeah.
You know, like it's
No,
people
like,
think you're
you
joking.
should
It's like no, but it's
legitimately
actually
should.
yeah,
because even just doing it,
yeah,
when, I mean, God will get back to you. But even when he doesn't, then you just actually think about things instead of just acting on them.
right.
So it's just a good idea.
Don't be
Just slow down.
reactive
Slow
to
down.
situations.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That was very good advice.
yeah. Wow.
I'm impressed.
Well done,
Thanks.
Josue. Round of applause for you, and you're applauding yourself.
Of course I am. I'm great.
I want to hear more wisdom from you now.
I actually have a lot of wisdom.
Yeah?
I'm a
Believe
wise
that.
kind of guy.
What's the one thing through youth that you've come to learn that you think you could pass on to the next generation of youth?
Probably it's okay to have a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I feel like a lot of people just are having too much fun and they're like, wait, something's going off here. Like, this shouldn't be happening.
Right.
Like, you
Like in church in general, or like what, or just in life in general? Like, what do you?
You know what? It is in life in general where people take it a little too serious, but more like, especially at the church, I feel like you go there and you're like, I need to sit and be quiet and pay attention to stuff. Whereas, I mean, like,
There's a time for everything.
exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm like barely quiet at the church.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm like always talking. I just have a good time.
You are quiet, but you're outgoing.
Oh, exactly. Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah.
you're not afraid to talk to anyone.
No. It's called, you can be respectful and still be loud,
Yes. Yeah.
but not in grade 7.
No. It's against the rules in grade 7.
No, you can't. I've been there.
You have a neighbor who's very outgoing.
Me and Wade had a rocky relationship, honestly. Now I give you an excuse to bring Wade on, just
Yeah.
so you can talk about that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure he will.
But
He'll
no,
be like, what is he talking
it's
about?
like 7 to 9. Every time Wade's on stage, he'd not be happy I existed. I'm like, I'm just trying to run in circles and yell at the top of my lungs. Like, what's the issue here? But now I'm playing bass all the time.
Yeah, you started playing bass recently, which
Very
I
cool
think
to
is
see.
awesome.
Well, on my walk here, Wade's like, when am I putting you on Sundays? I just told him, do it.
Yeah. Just do it.
Awesome.
So you never know.
Yeah. I think you've got a good ear for it, because someone was mentioning, like during one of the songs, you knew when it was, oh, this is too much here. I gotta pull back a little bit.
Yeah. Davis.
Do you
saving
enjoy
me.
music?
I love music so
Yeah?
much. Yeah.
I think that's important. I think
I think so too. If you don't like music and you're trying to play something, then you're not going to worry if it sounds good. You're just going
Yeah.
to play the notes.
Well, and I think like in church culture for the longest time, it was always like, oh, this person's like, so from the tech side of things, it's like, hey, this person's really good with computers, so they would be good at mixing sound on a Sunday morning, which is not always the case.
No.
Because if you don't like
I've
music,
been there. Yeah.
if you're someone that does, because there's some people, they just don't listen to music. If you don't like
Which is
music,
so weird for me to
Yeah.
think about
Yeah.
because I'm like, I spend so much time just not even playing music, just listening to it.
Yeah.
And I find people are like, just don't ever. Like
Yeah.
Dax's dad just doesn't. And I'm like, that's so weird. I'm like, what do you just sit
He
there and
spends
you're.
half his life driving too.
I know. That's the weirdest
maybe
part.
he's listening to podcasts
us.
like this one.
No,
Yes.
he's not.
Shout out to Jeff. What's up?
But it's so wild.
How's your
People who
drive
just
doing?
don't listen to music. It's crazy.
Sometimes sometimes I don't listen to music, but that's because that's like after a Sunday morning, I'd have been playing music for like
Right.
several hours.
It's because Levi is old now, and so he can't drive and listen to music at the same time. He has
Levi's
to turn
actually-
it
he's not
down,
that
anymore.
or he's too distracted.
Yeah.
Levi's
It's like,
actually crying right now. You can't see it. but
I need to turn it down because I need to focus.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
to be fair,
It's a real thing.
I feel like I kind of picked it up, honestly, from my dad. He had like this old truck and it didn't have a stereo in it. So he's like, it's kind of nice, kind of peaceful. And so whenever I drive with him, I'm like, yeah, it is kind of nice.
It is actually.
You know, sometimes just
Oh,
like
yeah.
be with your own thoughts.
but not every day.
But yeah. No, music is still like, yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
I'm going to take us way back in our conversation because I actually want to know more.
All right.
What does it look like to have fun at church?
What does it look like to have fun at church?
Yeah.
You know what? Look, the real core that makes me just come back, because to be honest, I know like everyone here listening to this, and by everyone, I mean like probably like just children. You know who you are. You're like sitting in church service and you're like, you know what? I would rather do literally anything but sit here right now. And I mean, when you have like max adrenaline 24/7 because you're in grade 7.
Right.
Like you can't ask too much. Like I get it. I've been there.
Were you that kid in grade 7?
Oh yeah. No, they're like sit still for like an hour while we talk. I'm like no, can't. So having fun at church is just the whole point of church is building a community, and it's more important to just be in that community than sit down for a sermon. I mean, if you're with all these people who share all these good ideas with them, I mean, like something that you could just always fall back to is just iron sharpens iron, right? Just so being in that community of good people is just good enough, and it just helps you out all the time. Living by example for me is what's more important for my faith. So I find just going to youth group and having a great time with people and being like, look, I'm just over here having a good time, and I love Jesus. It's just the same. It doesn't matter.
So does that mean every time I preach, you are like dying on the inside?
No, now I'm older. It's okay.
That's
but
easier
like
now.
7 to 9.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Grade
I mean, I
7 to
talked about burritos yesterday.
I didn't actually care about that.
But if you were in grade 7, would you have cared about
Yeah.
that? See, I tried.
I was like,
You know?
You know, one of the kids in our group, he just started saying pizza because I think he liked pizza more. He's like, no, I'm going to say that.
I think I heard
pizza.
him.
Yeah.
And then I yelled like for real for a lot of yours, and then Leah and Dax got mad at me. They're like, stop. I'm like, no.
We have, we asked for some questions. Makes me think of that. On our Instagram story. We did it kind of last minute though, so
Right.
so these are the only questions that we got.
I'm just gonna start calling people.
This is I won't say who this is from. Who is your best friend with several question marks in brackets? There is a right answer.
Well, knowing who wrote this, I'd have to say it's Victoria Elena Duque.
That is-
she's been my best friend growing up, and that is my
gosh.
honest answer
Oh my gosh.
as well.
You got the answer wrong.
No, it's the right answer.
That's not who asked the
That's
question.
Oh, I
not who
know.
asked.
Oh, I know.
Oh, okay. Who asked the question?
Dax.
Yeah.
Dax asked the question.
Look, he might have asked, and
Do you want to give Dax a shout out though?
look,
Poor Dax. You just hurt his
Dax is a
feelings.
pretty good friend.
He's
I'm not
probably
gonna lie.
crying now. listening to
Probably.
this.
He's like 12 years for nothing.
Yeah.
But like, I have like 18 years with Victoria, so
She's pretty great.
Right.
We like her.
and she's like the reason I'm like musically gifted because I have that Vicky D blood.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. She's
Dax
she
is definitely
plays keys. Yeah.
probably my best friend, but
Yeah.
Victoria is also my best friend.
You can have more than one best friend.
That's what I'm saying.
That's true.
That's multiple choice.
Why is youth group fun? What do we do that's fun at youth group?
Why do you keep coming back?
I just have friends here.
Yeah.
I just like people.
If your friends weren't here, you wouldn't come.
No, but I'm like friends with like most of the youth groups. That'd be
I'm glad
pretty
you're
hard
honest,
to do.
though.
Of course.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm also friends with all the leaders.
Yes, that's
so like,
true.
Yeah.
I like the entire
You
group.
love the community.
Yes, I'm there.
I feel like that's a better way to say it.
Love the community.
Just my friends.
But they're all my friends. It's okay.
Everyone's your friend, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it works out.
Do you think it's important to be able to joke about yourself?
Probably.
Yeah.
I mean, it's definitely gotten me places.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was thinking about this earlier, and I was like, Josue's not afraid to like laugh at himself,
No.
which is like not super common when you're in high school.
No, not really.
Why do you think that's important?
Well, I mean, just nothing really gets to me at all.
Yeah.
Not really. And then if it does, I'm like later, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
But
just let it roll off your back.
it just goes. It just keeps up. You're like, no, I'm still me, and just because you said this, I don't mind.
Have you always felt that way, or
Pretty much.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm like
Or is
everyone.
there like a point where you realized you're like, I just have to not care so much what people
No, I'm actually trying to do the
how judge me?
opposite.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm actually trying to like care more about things like that. Yeah. But at the same,
Like out of a like a respect, like you want
Yeah.
to like people to care about you. You care about their opinion,
right?
But like I'm talking about like people who are just like being mean to you,
No,
or like judging you, or making fun of you,
Well,
or
like-
something that like is actually hurtful,
Right. I mean, really, people just don't like not that much. And then if they do, everyone else I know is just like, "What are you doing?"
Right?
Like I just have a lot of people.
Yeah.
And so nothing really gets to me because even like when people talk about it, it's like one bad thing outweighs like 15 good things. I'm like, I have like 30 good things. I'm like, I'm okay.
Yeah.
And yeah,
That's great.
Pretty much. Also, the moment someone says something bad about you, like, I mean, this isn't like the best, but I'm suddenly like, I see everyone as like equal people and like circumstances change that. But someone says something lesser of me and then I just view them as like lesser than me for the time period. So then I just don't care.
Right.
I'm like, oh, we're not seeing eye to eye. I'm
Like if they're not going to value you,
yeah,
you're not going to value them.
Exactly. So,
Which I think, like, I mean, there's a difference between like maybe not valuing them is not a great way to put it, but like realizing that you don't need to hold that opinion so like
Right.
to a high standard because you realize that opinion is probably not true.
yeah.
Well, and Alicia even spoke about this a bit last night. Do you want to, for people who weren't there, like the compliments versus the criticism, or what was it? How did you phrase that?
Condemnation.
The science
The condemnation.
of it.
Yeah, the science of it, like having to hear it several times.
Talk about your frontal lobe.
Yes, if someone says something negative to you, it attaches to you like Velcro.
Yeah.
You just have no trouble believing it. You're like, this must be true. Someone said it's true. But if someone gives you a compliment, usually you have to hear that same compliment 15 times for it to stick the same way as the one negative comment. That's why
Which
we
I-
have to be
yeah.
so aware of the things that we accept, right? And allow God's voice to be
and the
louder.
things we say to other people.
Yeah, that's true.
It's more bigger just to be nicer to people.
Like I think sometimes like there's like we talked about this in our last episode about forgiveness of like sometimes you don't realize how someone can take something and like that's not always your fault. But also it can be like valuable to like just be considerate. Like be careful with your words. Like stop for a second like hey, what is this person going to take this the wrong way? Like and if you're feeling that, maybe that's like God saying like, hey, don't say that. Like, and I know we talked to, I think Wade, our worship pastor, brought this up. Like you usually think something nice about someone, like several times before you actually say it to them.
That's true.
Right.
Right. So like you think about it and it takes several times for you to think about it before you say it. And then it takes you several times saying it before they actually believe it.
Right.
So like that, it takes a while to encourage someone. Like, you know, there's some steps we can skip there of just like, hey, if you think this, like just say it to them.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
That's why Josue is preparing to tell us how great we are.
Yeah.
It's still just in
Yeah.
there. Just
Yeah.
to think it a few more times.
It's not in there. It's not in there.
You're preparing for the grad ceremony.
Okay.
The student pastor speech.
I said I would do all of them.
yeah.
I'm very excited.
I
for
assume
it.
no one else has asked to do anything.
It's not true. I have the parents' speech ready to go.
Well, that one.
Yeah.
I wasn't actually going to do the parents,
Doesn't really make sense.
No.
Yeah.
but everything else, I will run this entire event.
Josue is actually very good in front of a microphone.
Yeah.
Yeah. Before
Yeah.
Levi was in this role, I was on the stage alone sometimes
Right.
and it was terrible. And
that's
Josue
doing
would just take
announcements.
the other microphone and we did announcements. It was great.
Yeah,
He's very good at it. Helped me run games.
it's born in the spotlight.
Make them more exciting sometimes.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. There was a Tuesday a while ago. I was busy with something and you had to pick up the slack again.
I
Yeah.
did.
Yeah. Yeah.
I did say I was picking up the slack too.
Did you?
Yeah.
He
of
did
course I
actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
He announced it. So I have a question for you.
Of course.
So you're in a distinct place in your life, grade 12.
Yeah.
So it's a really big point of transition. A lot of things are about to change in your life, the things that you're used to doing every day, having to make kind of major life decisions. How are you feeling about that? How are you processing that?
I mean, the big thing people talk about is just not being in school. But I'm like, I might just go back to school. And then people are like, college is different. But like, the big thing for me is I've already been like working. So for me, I'm just changing what I'm doing more than whatnot. Like, and besides, well, for me, I've always been doing things on the side to like shoot to where I've been wanting to go in like the 1,000 directions. So I've just been doing 1,000 things. But so now I'm just going to have more time to do that. So it's not too big difference for me. And then I've always worried about money anyways, even though I don't have to really pay. Well, I pay for everything I own, but I don't own that much because I don't like stuff.
Right.
But
You're not materialistic.
not really.
Yeah.
I like people. So I'm like, I get stuff that keeps me going.
Right.
And I like time and money are kind of like the same to me. I'm like, if I went to work for like an hour. It got like $15. And I got this and I don't even need it for like an hour. It's kind of a waste of money. So like example, I've put like $400 into the hit game Destiny 2, but I've put like 500 plus hours into it. So I'm like, that makes sense. I'm like, I don't feel bad at all. I've put in what I've paid for. It does not matter. So
it's an interesting way to think about it. Yeah.
I like that perspective a lot.
Yeah.
Does it torture you that your sweet, 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 wonderful little sister has a mini fridge for facial creams?
Yeah. Well, the worst thing is like we have one that we just don't use.
Right.
So I don't know why she didn't just take it.
Your mini fridge.
It's more of like a cooler than what I had. But like I didn't use it because it was too small for my stuff. But I'm like, Alina, your stuff is
For
like
your facial
tiny.
creams?
Yeah.
You have facial creams too?
No.
Oh.
Put like Coke in there.
Alicia, that was a sarcastic joke. I think that Josue was
Sorry.
telling right now.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Josue, why do you think that you're friends with everyone? Like what have you done that you've become friends with everyone? Like what's your secret?
I treat people like people. I don't treat kids like kids. I don't treat adults like adults. I don't treat old people like old people. I just treat people like people. I've never really like...
You don't belittle people?
No, for like changes in appearance or
yeah,
an excess of energy or not having any. I don't care.
Yeah.
Like people are different. And so I've just always accepted that. I've never really been like discriminatory in any way. Even in like the back of my head, I'm never like, oh, it's kind of weird. I'm just like, people.
Yeah.
People.
People be people sometimes.
No,
People like to be treated as people.
Yeah.
that's what I found. Especially when like talking to like kids who don't know how to like not slow down. You just start treating them like a person and they start slowing down because they're like, okay.
I think that's because all of us just want to be valued. We just want to be accepted and valued.
Exactly.
And when you just stop and listen to someone, whether they're like super high energy, exploding, or if they're just like don't have much to say and everything in between, if you just like stop and listen, they're like, oh, this person's listening to me. No one ever listened to me this long before. I don't know what to do. Like,
I think that's some of our high energy kids too.
Yeah.
It's like we're just wanting attention so bad. It doesn't matter if it's good attention or bad attention. But if someone actually slows down and talks to you, it's like, do I have to be like this?
yeah.
But the thing I also see is like in that specific is a lot of people see it as only that. They're like, oh, they just want attention. Like I was a high energy kid. I didn't care if you gave me attention. I just had high energy. I'm like, I'm just trying to run in circles over here. Like, leave me alone.
Yeah. Just let me burn this off. I need to do something with all this energy.
Like, so I feel like even in that, just seeing old like little boys in like this circumstance is just wrong. Because even person by person, both high energy, both like ADD people are entirely different people, and it does not matter.
Yeah.
So I see people very individually without comparing anybody. I'm never like, oh, I'm just better than you, so I don't care. But I say that a lot.
But you're mostly joking.
I'm pretty sarcastic.
Yeah. Which like I said,
Not
I think
with you,
it's good.
Levi.
I think it's good to have. I think it's good to have a sense of humor sometimes.
Yeah, I definitely carry that with me everywhere I go.
Yeah.
Speaking of going places, what are your plans for the rest of your life? What are your plans for next year, moving forward? Do you have any?
Just make it to the top, you know? That's how I go. I'm not sure where, but whatever I choose to do, I will exceed in. I just know I'm willing to.
You're pretty dedicated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pretty determined to, if I find something I like doing, I'm just going to keep going.
Yeah.
I mean, most people now are worried about, they're like, I don't know where to go. And I had like a little version of that. And then there's like a really simple answer to like figuring out, because a lot of people are like, money. I'm like, if you're good enough at anything, you can live off of it.
Yeah.
Okay. If you just want to stay in your room all day and fold origami, like, just figure it out. Like,
Is that something you're passionate about?
I actually have been making origami lately.
Was that you that made a boat out of one of the
No.
grade signs yet? No. Okay.
I didn't make a boat.
Someone made a boat out of like we have a little
make
signs
dragons.
on tables for which grade sits where, and the grade 12 girls was made into a boat.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. Yep. Anything. I mean, yeah, a lot of people around my age are like looking at everything. They're like, I don't know what I'm going to do. Kind of freaking out. I'm like, what do you like doing?
Yeah. So what do you like doing?
Yes.
I like doing way too many things.
Yeah.
Like what?
Like, actually, I don't play too many games now.
Yeah.
Because I'd rather just like watch YouTube. Mm-hmm. So I'm like,
Which you're on now. You're on YouTube.
You're
I
on
am.
YouTube.
Oh yeah, here as well. I guess.
This is YouTube. If you're watching the video version.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Well, no, I really just like doing everything, which
Yeah.
is an issue. I'm just like, because I was like, Josue, what a great idea. Just do something you like.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, I like this. Oh
What
man.
do you not like?
Yeah.
What do I not like?
Yeah. What are you against? Like you hear a job and you're like, I'm not going to do that job. That job is
I don't
want to
go back into fast food because, one, I was like looking to be a chef. So I like talked to a ton of, if you want to do something, talk to people who do it.
Right.
Because I was going to be a chef. And then I talked to a ton of chefs and they told me they hate their lives. And I was like, no, thanks. I was like, I actually don't want to do that.
That's good advice.
It was like 10 out of 10 people. And then actually it was 9 out of 10. And then the one guy who didn't was like, I hated something until I had my business, but I needed like 10 years to get here. I'm like, I'm not wasting a decade to get there. I'm like,
You're not
ain't
that
no
passionate about it.
I'm like, no. People are always talking about, you got to like scrape at the bottom to get to the top. And I just feel like, no, not really. Just people. You just go to people who are already successful in doing it and just hang out with them, figure it out.
To be fair, it took me probably about 8 years to get to the job I actually enjoy.
Oh, yeah.
And I mean, like I was doing a different career before that. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I think also like there comes with it, like, you know, you might just do something that you like kind of enjoy for a while you figure other stuff out. Mm-hmm. Like when you pick a career, it's not like Josue is stuck with that career for the rest of his life. You know, you can try some stuff. I mean, you already kind of have, right?
Yeah. I mean, even for like next year,
Yeah.
I don't know. I'll probably just work somewhere. I don't really care where. But
that's good experience too, to realize what you do and don't like.
oh yeah.
I took a year off. We talked about this on our career podcast with Tyler, but I was a receptionist for a year and it was the worst because I hate the phone.
Yeah. Now
It's
you
like
know.
my whole job for like a year of my life
This is your second reminder.
was on the phone doing something I really strongly disliked.
This is your second reminder to call Alicia if you have her number, just to see what she's up to,
Yeah.
how she's doing, just to check in. You know,
But continuing forward on something else. But I mean, sometimes when you enjoy things, you're just naturally doing them anyway. So like when I was in high school, I hung out with my youth pastor all the time and I helped him run youth events. And I actually liked it.
yeah.
So I've actually been doing this a long time.
I used to make videos for our youth group and the church in general, and now here I am.
I still do a lot. Like I could be anywhere. Like,
Yeah, that's okay.
yeah. I'm like, and now I'm playing bass as well.
Yes.
Like there's another loophole in my thing.
Now you can join a band.
Yeah. And I'm in
Travel
an
the world.
audio engineering class.
Ooh.
So I'm just like double downing on this thing.
You are.
For no reason.
You're an audio engineer,
Yeah.
dude. We need to get you mixing.
Yeah. Mixing is actually pretty fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had the worship workshop recently. Did you do the? Did you?
I
come
wasn't
to
able
that?
to make it.
Oh, all right.
I was so mad. I wanted to go so bad. Just
Yeah.
play bass.
Next year. There's always next
That's
year.
true. I will be there.
There was 2 breakout sessions, so
I
you could have
heard
done
exactly.
bass and
That's
audio.
what Wade told me.
Yeah.
Wade's just been reaching out. He has me
Yeah.
on a hook.
Yeah. It's because you're good.
No, it's because I have to have Vicky D blood.
Are you going to leave here with a really big head? Are we complimenting him
Yeah.
too much?
Yeah.
Is it like time
Do we need to bring him down maybe
Yeah,
a bit?
maybe.
Do it. You won't.
Yeah, you won't.
There's nothing bad to say
Remember,
about
he'll
me.
just value us less.
Yeah, he's going to value us less for a few minutes.
Yeah. I'm like,
I'll just start talking and cutting you guys off. But Levi actually
swear.
give me like 10 minutes here.
I don't like I can't be. I can't. I don't know how to be mean sometimes. I don't know if I could be mean to Josué.
I don't think so.
I don't think you could.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's not that bad,
I don't
many
really
bad
want you
things
to
to say
try.
to me anyways.
What's that?
There's not too many bad things to say about me.
Yeah.
I don't think I do too many
Oh, it's too late.
terrible
His head's
things.
gotten too big.
Yeah, it is
Too late.
Yeah.
Too late.
Oh man, what do we do now?
I don't know. Josue, what would be your favorite memory from youth? Like whether it be life groups, a youth event, a retreat, youth camp. I mean, youth camp we don't really run anymore, but like, what's your favorite memory at youth?
Or a favorite memory?
Yeah.
I mean, I might give you like 2.
Yeah, you can give
Just
us a
playing
few,
bass lately is very nice.
Yeah.
Cool.
I just like doing that a
Yeah.
lot. That's
Yeah.
been pretty great. Every time I'm on stage with Alicia is pretty fun as well.
Aw.
So probably like the speeches I give at the speeches plural, of course, and for grad, those will probably be pretty fun. And
You're already anticipating a good memory.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
make
You
good
know it's
memories
gonna be
here.
good. Yeah. You're living in the moment. I think that's good though.
I always live in a moment.
Yeah.
I think that's very important, and that's also why I get along with people, is because then since I'm in the moment, I'm not worrying about something, so then I don't like overlook things in front of me, because I feel like that's a big thing, overlooking people, and people just feel left out.
Right.
But since I find anyways, I'm so locked in, I'm like, you in the corner aren't doing anything, and then I go bug them. Like that's just how it goes.
Hey, you, come talk to me.
Okay, favorite youth group game, and maybe even least favorite youth group game.
Oh yeah.
You know what? I have a love-hate relationship with poison chairs. It actually falls into both.
Yeah,
We
we
had to
haven't been
stop
able to
doing
play
that.
that.
What
Hurt
happened?
people with poison chairs.
Yeah, people have been hurt.
yeah.
I don't even know who this kid was like
there,
2 years back.
Did someone get like cut and there was some blood one time or something?
No, thankfully there was
Okay.
never any blood. But I actually, this is not a joke,
Yeah.
saw a kid catch air, like was
Yeah.
flying
No,
over the
yeah.
chairs. That's how like people
That
care
happens
so
every time.
much about youth group games that it becomes this really scary thing
No,
sometimes.
Alicia, that happens every time you play
Yeah.
poison chairs.
Yeah, like literal flying kid. I was
So how's this
It
game
happens.
go
I
can still
again?
see
'Cause
it in
it's
my
been
mind.
so long since I've seen it.
It's
been
happened to
played.
me.
and like bruises because you hold on to the person next to you so tight, or you're like trying to like push them into
Oh,
a
right,
chair
you're in a
or not
ring.
be pulled into a chair.
So you're holding
Yes.
arms and you're in a ring
Yes.
and you're trying to get them to touch the chairs
Yes.
because they're poisonous.
But you cannot touch the chair or else you will be poisoned.
Someone caught air?
Yes.
I've caught air
over
before
top of a
playing that
chair.
game.
Like wasn't even out. They flew him over the chair. Like I really can still see it.
Were they at least like a grade 7er?
No.
No. I've been put in the air before. Poison
Yeah.
chairs. I put
gosh.
people in the air before in poison
Did
chairs.
Jackson put you in the air?
No.
Okay.
This
It
is-
was like our number one requested game for the longest time.
Oh,
And so
yeah.
I kept doing it until the complaints became louder and they're like, I'm actually hurt. Check out my bruise. And I'm
And
like, I can't do
half
this
of the
anymore.
youth group doesn't want to play it
just
anymore.
don't
Yeah.
don't stand by Tyler.
I'll tell
break
you
your
one of my
forearm.
greater youth pastor fails was in a game at youth, obviously, I guess.
Oh, is this the one that you got published with?
No,
No.
but this
That's
is
for
real.
another day.
So like sometimes we just do things and we don't really think about it. We're like, yeah, that sounds fun. So like we decided to do Fat Santa. So we went to Value Village and we bought 2 of the largest sweatpants sets of all time, like so big. And we put our tiniest like grade 7 kids in them. And then we just gave everyone, we just played boys versus girls, gave them all balloons and said, just like make them as fat as you can in 5 minutes. And so it was really great. And then afterwards they're like, what do we do with all these balloons? So you got 2 little kids like in these fat suits full of balloons, and a kid was like, can we pop them? And I honestly I was not thinking. I was like, sure. And so then the boys violently took pens to the boy in the fat suit and stabbed him, and he had pen marks all over his body from this really
It
great
didn't
game.
puncture the skin though, at least.
Yeah, I don't know if he bled or not, but I was like, immediately I had regrets, and you can't really stop that once
Yeah.
it started.
It's
You
too
know,
Well, that's when you grab a pen.
Might as well.
You're like, you might not have a balloon, but I gotta let you know what's up.
no. That's one of my greater. I don't know. We make mistakes, right?
sorry.
But what games? So that is your favorite and least favorite game is Poison Chairs?
Yeah, but I'll give more. I'll give
Okay,
more.
yeah, I wanna hear more.
Because poison chairs is kind of just like a cop out because
Yeah.
it's love-hate relationship. What else is good? Honestly, you should just play tag at youth with everybody,
Any type of tag?
like freeze tag. It's just a classic. It's just pretty good. And then like hot potato is terrible. Like stop playing it.
The one problem with tag. Do you mean extreme hot potato?
Yeah,
No, he means hop potato.
hop
The one where I
potato.
make them hop.
it's just boring.
We did it
It
for
just
Easter.
hurts your legs.
Yeah.
It's just, I see no value in
It's
hot
not like
potato.
it.
Don't
But
skip leg day.
how do you feel about
Oh.
extreme hot potato?
That one's okay.
Yeah.
It's not too bad. But the one we did this Tuesday making shapes.
Yeah.
That was great if I didn't have Corbin in my group.
Can you explain the game?
So, Alicia, for example, will say like flower. And you have to make a flower with your group in like the shape. Like your group has to lay down, you got to pick someone up, just something. Just make this flower.
Make a flower
So
using
like
all the
everyone was
people in
just
your group.
sitting together with their feet pointed together, which I was so mad about because I was like, guys, let's just do this. That's a great idea. There's only 4 of us. What else are we
Yeah,
going to do?
right.
But every group did it. So we were going to look the worst because there's only 4 of us.
Yeah.
And then Corbin. So we have this flower, right? And then one side of it is just Corbin's not perpendicular to Dax. So he's just straight and everyone else is pointed. So now there's just, it made no sense.
Yeah,
And
it didn't
Davis
look
has
like a
come over
flower.
and is like, stop moving. What are you doing, Corbin? You guys are out. And I was like, Corbin, oh.
Yeah, you're out first round.
I was so upset.
But you still liked the game.
That game was good. I liked seeing what everyone else did
It was
after.
clever.
It was very nice.
It was very clever.
What about I was going to say one of the problems with tag, and if you're from our youth group and you're listening, please listen. One of the problems with tag is everyone just stands up against the wall and watches like 5 people run around
Oh, yeah.
and get tagged.
That's true.
Like, no, play the game.
Or where we play the versions where you're like out if you've been tagged and you can't actually tell if someone's in or out because they're like, I've never been tagged.
Yeah.
They wait until like there's 3 people left to announce that they're still in the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
We have a lot of rule breakers or benders here.
Yeah, here's the thing.
Well-
This frustrates me sometimes. Just play the game by the rules. It's so much fun when you do. And it really ruins the game when you don't.
I really like the
It
thing
ruins
that
it for everyone.
I like what Levi consistently has brought to our
Oh,
team
yes.
this year. He says this all the time. He's like, if you have to cheat,
You suck.
you're not good at the game.
Yeah.
This is true.
You
Like,
haven't exactly said
Yeah.
you suck.
I will.
You suck at the game. You know.
Sure.
Yeah.
Drop the game.
Yeah. If you need to cheat,
Yeah.
You suck.
that says more about your talents in this game.
You're talentless if you
Yeah.
cheat.
I mean,
Yeah.
some kids are really creative, though. You know, they're like, "You didn't say that we couldn't do this."
Oh my
They
gosh.
do that to
If
you
have to
specifically.
say
All the
that-
time,
like,
yeah.
if they have to say that, though, I'm like, no, that is a rule that you are breaking. If you have to say you never said this, that's cheating. Don't break the game.
But they would say it's creative
Yeah,
winning.
that's creative winning.
That's
only
like
when I do it, though.
Certain video games where it's like open world and there's like another way to beat the mission.
Right. You just
Sure, that's
360 really fast.
creative way of winning the game, but that's not what this is meant for.
You're not supposed to like body
You're
shot
just
people and freeze
ruining it.
tag.
You're just ruining for everyone.
I
No.
mean-
well,
Well, I feel like there's a solution to this tag problem you have of people tagging in and out. And it's called making an arena with chairs.
Oh,
Or just
That's-
having like
he is coming for my job.
4, or you literally just have like 4 youth leaders stand at the corners. And you're like, stay in there.
That's true.
And then
a
everyone
good
in there
idea.
is playing.
that's a good idea.
Everyone out of there is out. It's that simple.
Let's try that next
Life changing.
Tuesday.
We'll call it Josue's rule.
We're here. Yeah.
I mean, there's even
We'll
like
name it after
This is
you,
your
yeah.
legacy you're leaving
Yeah.
behind.
this is built off like this one basketball thing you do where you like dribble and try and like hit their balls out of their hand. I love that. That game's so fun. Except when you like smack it into someone else's knee and then it goes wrong. But I don't care. It's fun. But because then you have like the barrier you have to stay in, so you know you're playing and you can't leave it or you're out, and then it slowly shrinks. And we play games like that,
Yep.
but you just need to apply it to tag
There you go.
and problem solve.
And I think having the visual barrier of chairs,
Oh,
like
yeah.
you can't like sneakily get
Or
on
even
the
like
outside of
youth
chairs.
leaders and 4 corners, they'll see.
Yeah, but it's hard to like keep your eyes on everybody at every
Not
line.
if you're holding hands.
Yeah, I like the chairs idea.
Back to poison chairs.
Yeah,
That with poison chairs will
Oh
kill
my God,
somebody.
yeah.
You will launch someone back and they will
fly into the
die.
wall.
Josue, have you ever used a game like that to be an opportunist and hold the hand of a girl you had a crush on? This is full on.
No, I've never thought about that
No.
while playing
That's
poison.
good.
I'm thinking about
That's
getting the
positive.
dub when I'm playing poison chairs. I'm thinking about like, okay, I need to
Get that
stand
dub.
beside someone, 2 people really light, so I can like flare them forward.
And it's
And
been
So
done,
you're
yeah.
the problem. You're the one that's making poison chairs
Yeah,
dangerous.
it's me. Well, it's because I was the little kid at some point getting like aired,
And you're like, this
now
is
I'm
amazing.
like, you know what? This
I'm flying.
I actually did enjoy it.
Yeah.
But I'd let go of the other person, so then it was just me in the air, and I
Oh
get
my
like
gosh.
slammed into something.
So it's your turn now to make
I like
this
went
happen
home
for
like
others.
bruised on my ribs.
Yeah, see,
But it's
Oh my gosh.
See? You guys take these
it
games
was
so
more on,
seriously.
like my forearms too, because you're like in grade 7, and then you have like Tyler Dirksen on one side, Denver Canodal on the other, and you look at your wrists and they're broken.
Our youth are like they take every game so seriously.
Well, it's the
So
leaders too.
seriously.
If the leaders didn't care, it'd be a safer place. But if they didn't,
Are
it
you
would be
specifically
so much
talking
more
about
boring.
Denver?
No, not Denver.
who's-
Denver needs to put his all it. Tyler, I see you. Okay, I see you. The only reason the last game even worked is because you're like, you stand there, make that shape. You stand there, make that shape. If you weren't there, out. Easy.
Yeah.
Your boys aren't creative. You are. Like, stop stepping in for them.
Yeah. Tyler's been called out.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask you.
I don't know.
I was gonna tell you guys. So we're part of this like youth ministries group on Facebook. Like all these people in youth ministry share these ideas for games and other things that they're doing, get advice, sometimes they'll share a game like, oh, we did this the other night, it was super fun, and I'll read the description of how the game works. I'm like, yeah, no, this
Oh yeah.
no way this would work with our group, because they like I already know how they're gonna try and be like, well, you didn't say that we couldn't do this or this, or someone, it's like, well, yeah, it's just like it won't, some won't work with, they just take games too seriously.
Is that your question for Josue?
No, that was a statement. Yeah.
We could also just like on that topic, we could never play dodgeball at our youth group.
No, I haven't played dodgeball
We would
with our youth group
like
in
someone
many
would
years.
die. Like Hunter exists. He'd just throw it dome. He'd be aiming for like Tyler, and then it'd hit like Jonathan in the jaw, and his jaw would break. Like we literally couldn't with the speed that some people like to throw. They're like, oh, it's dodgeball, right? Okay, I need to shift my entire body weight into this.
So the
Like-
level of seriousness in the games means there's certain games that we cannot play.
Yes.
Yeah.
It makes everything more enjoyable, but then there's a risk.
Maybe
Right.
what if we gave like certain people
A penalty?
who are just like too good, like could destroy someone with the dodgeball? What if we like made them like throw with their like non-dominant hand? Like if you're right-handed, you have
matter.
to throw with your left.
Then you're
They
more
won't do
likely
that.
to hit someone small.
They care too much about winning.
Like then you aim worse, throw like just as hard because it's your
Yeah.
body weight shift that you're used to.
Right, so you're still guaranteed
Right.
to
You're
hit
still
someone.
throwing pretty hard.
You're just
And
not
now
good
you're
at
just
aiming.
not going to hit someone you want to. So you're
Right.
more likely to hit little children. And then they will die. Or
Hunter's just too strong.
you curveball it, it shoots out of the game at Alicia.
Oh yeah.
That's happened before, actually.
Oh really?
No, that was on purpose.
Actually, it was Wade. We were telling a lot of Wade stories today. He like somehow, I just was standing there, and I think it was a volleyball. I
was
don't even
totally
know.
on
Something
purpose.
hit me in the face so hard right before I went up to speak, and I was holding a tee, and so the tee was all over my shirt, and my face hurt so terribly. I was in the bathroom, and it actually turned red in the shape of a circle, and I was like trying
This
not
was
to
at
cry
youth?
in front of children. Yeah,
Oh wow.
Oh, I actually have one of those stories where I was
gotta
at
be
like
careful.
the Christian school back in the day.
Yeah.
That wasn't
And-
here, so not our
No,
problem.
it's not your problem. But we were
not
playing
liable.
like kickball. But so I'm at the back of this line with like 4 people beside me, and this one guy pitching for some reason just full blown like just throws it, and everyone in front, I can't see what's going on. Everyone in front of me is like, it just goes straight into my face, and my
Man.
head hits like the back of the wall.
Ow!
Yeah.
Oh, you hit the wall?
Yikes!
I had that happen one time.
And then my entire face was red. You know, like the lines and like those pink dodgeballs? Like I had like those white lines on my face where it didn't touch me. It's terrible.
I had something similar happen to me. We have this giant soccer ball
Oh yeah, yeah,
The
yeah.
one
hasn't-
here in the building.
I love that.
that hasn't been
We
brought
hide
up
that
in a
on
while.
purpose.
Yeah. But I don't remember how old I was actually. I feel like I was pretty young. But this was before I was even in youth. I was in the gym, and I don't know why, but someone kicked it, like drop kicked it across the gym, and I just remember looking up, and the ball's heading towards my face, and it's like
too late.
and I'm small enough that it just like knocks me over, and my head hits the ground like so hard.
Yeah. You know, I would have fell on
And-
the floor
yeah.
if the wall wasn't there.
Yeah,
So
it's
then it
probably
was just-
better actually that the wall was behind you.
No,
I don't think
No?
so.
It was my back of the head
Oh right,
just slamming into the wall.
right, because there's nowhere for it to go.
No.
Yeah, that's fair.
At least if my body felt like it
Did you
would've
get a
been-
concussion?
Probably. Didn't check.
You
You
can't
seen
remember.
You seen
I
those
think
memes?
that answers our
No,
question
I-
there.
You see those ones with the old dodgeballs, like the rubber ones, where it was like
That's
you
what I'm
can
talking
hear
about.
it, smell it,
like the
and
ding.
feel it on
Yeah.
you. Like,
That's the one I got hit with, like the pink
there's a
one.
distinct sound to being
They've
hit in the head
changed-
with one of those.
They've changed
Yeah, you're not allowed
dodgeballs
to
now.
use
Yeah, they're
those
really
anymore.
soft now.
Yeah, they're
It's so lame.
kind of boring.
Like now you get hit, you're like, I'm out. Before you
Yeah.
get hit and you were on your butt. So everyone knew you were out.
Yeah.
Because you usually call winded.
Yeah, or
You
you
ever
got
been-
pelted in the face with one of those old ones.
Ugh.
It was like, oh, you were
Ugh.
you were almost out of the game for a little bit.
Like the story I just talked about.
Yeah.
That was one of the old ones.
Oh,
You ever played a game with us with the nylons with flour in them?
I think so.
Yeah, I like to take those
Oh.
to retreats. We have so many kids who cheat at games.
Yeah.
That like this was really the way
Do
to
better.
help our leaders to extend their arms because nylons are so stretchy.
Yeah.
And B, prove that, hey, you've actually been tagged. Because it was such a
Right.
problem. It's
Right.
like if you're swinging around a nylon
Yeah.
leg filled with flour at the bottom and you hit a kid, there is proof of that.
Yeah.
And you can reach further because
then
they can
you'll-
run faster than
and then
we
you'll
can.
have a kid that somehow found the bag of flour and covered themselves in flour. So like, no, I wasn't actually tagged, but you thought I was, so you ignored me. So, but I wasn't actually tagged.
Yeah, I guess that happens too.
Yeah.
That's when you like
See, these kids are. I mean, you're smart, but you're using your smarts for the wrong reason.
It's true.
talentless. I'll say it again.
Talentless, absolutely talentless.
Absolutely.
Oh no.
Those can be dangerous too, though. Like
Yeah.
I know people that have been severely injured.
Oh yeah.
By
with
what?
those?
How?
Well, it's called they whip around the wrong way and hit
I'm
you
sure
where
you've heard the
you need
story.
to be.
I don't think I have.
Yeah. Ask Matt. He'll tell you the story.
Oh my goodness.
Matt
Matt, if
will
you're
tell you.
listening, you know what story I'm talking about.
I'm sorry that this happened to you, whatever
Yeah,
it
no.
is.
It wasn't at youth,
Okay.
so
Not my fault.
it was just our friends being stupid. Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
That's youth ministry summed up too.
Yeah, in a nutshell, very well.
Yeah.
Oh, some friends were together and we hit one guy and he passed out. That's youth ministry.
Hopefully not. I don't think we've had anyone pass out yet.
No, we
No?
have not. No.
No.
No, I have
No.
not.
And even if we did, I don't know if I'd say that on the podcast.
That's true. That's your point. That was a hypothetical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely hasn't happened.
No.
Yeah. What are you talking about? Josue, what would you would say the biggest thing you've taken away from youth group is the community you've built?
Yeah, it's the importance of community and just this one.
Would you say you're an introvert or an extrovert?
Like, I don't really know. Like, I'm very outgoing, but I'm also like...
You like your alone time?
I do like my alone time.
Yeah.
And I'm very close with very few people. And I'm like, just know a lot of people. So
I
and
feel like I'm the same way.
and then a lot of people talk about it like, oh, if you're like extroverted, you go out for people and you get like more energy.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is just so inconsistent for me. I'm like, I'm some weird hybrid. I'm like, some days I'm like with people and I'm like, you know what?
You're an
I've been with you for like 20
extrovert.
minutes. I'm going home.
Yeah.
Sometimes I show up like half asleep to school and I talk to someone for like 10 minutes. I'm like, hey, I'm like boosted up to the max.
Yeah.
I need to calm down.
Yeah.
Like, I'm weird brew of both.
Yeah.
I couldn't really put myself on either.
That's interesting.
Also, everyone's like, quote unquote, an extrovert in the right scenario.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, like you walk into a room of a bunch of strangers. How do you feel?
I don't know. Just people.
Yeah. You don't care.
I don't really care.
don't really value
I'll
them.
say hi to somebody. Yeah, don't really value them yet. I actually start walking around with like my chin lifted up a little.
Oh, yeah. 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 It's all in the posture.
Yeah.
I don't see you down there.
Yeah, I actually can't see you. I actually
You
walk
should
around
really be
like,
watching the video version of this episode. Josue's setting some good examples
Oh,
of
of
how you should
course.
walk around, chin up.
chest out,
Yeah. Confidence.
flexing a little,
Yeah.
Bad.
taking the long, actually, random thing, but
Yeah.
like in my house, it's so funny because people are always talking about family dynamics
Right.
and how you can just little things tell you how much difference is. For example, when like younger kids and like the older kids like just grew up. So like me and Victoria have like no sound when we walk. Like we have very quiet footsteps.
Yeah.
Me more than Victoria, but also Victoria.
Yeah.
Whereas Elian is like when
Yeah.
she walks around.
She just walks with Yeah. She doesn't care if you hear her
Right.
coming or not. Yeah.
And whereas like me and Victoria, it's not like we've had like some big thing to worry about.
Yeah.
But it's just been a thing.
You're just very silent
So
walkers.
It's very funny.
Yeah.
So I'm like walking, I'm like, oh, or like listening to footsteps, for example.
It's funny. I feel like, so I used to live with Alicia's husband, Tyler. We used to be roommates.
Ouch.
How's that ouch?
I just like digging at Tyler. Don't worry, Tyler.
But
I like you.
But we had a few other roommates, and Tyler just walked loudly.
Yeah.
I don't know. And like, I think I mentioned like, hey, you kind of like stomp around sometimes, hey? And he's like, oh, really? I'm like, yeah. And he like wasn't aware of it.
Oh, of course not.
I think,
You're
yeah,
just walking.
some people are just quiet walkers, and some people are.
This is
loud
mind blowing to
walkers.
me because Tyler is a super quiet walker.
So I lived in the basement. And so like you hear, I mean, like when you're like on the same floor, it sounds different, but like when you're in the basement and you hear someone walking around upstairs, it's like, dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, he's tremendously quiet. Like it scares me all the time.
See, that's
Maybe
what
he's
I'm
changed.
saying.
You know, maybe he's a quiet walker now.
That's how
Yeah.
I learned I was a quiet walker. I kept like scaring this one person at work. They're just like, stop walking so quietly. I'm like, I'm just walking.
These shoes I've got on right now are very quiet. And last night I walked into the youth room here and Alicia was getting something right. I'm like, oh, she doesn't hurt me yet. I'm like, oh.
Levi's been torturing me my whole life. He's been scaring me forever.
I haven't done it as often as I used to.
I had bruises because he scared me so bad.
That is hilarious.
This is not a joke. So like for whatever terrible reason,
I'm so
when I was
proud of that one.
interning here forever ago, not that long ago, I was sitting at my desk and they had my desk facing away from the door.
In a corner.
That
in a
is
corner.
weird. That's
Yes.
so weird.
Which made
Yes.
it perfect for scaring.
And getting murdered.
Well, for real though, yeah. Because like, yeah, one day I was like really focused on what I was doing. I was typing on my computer or something. Levi comes in and he just always yell.
Yeah, I'd be like, what are you doing?
Yeah. So then I like, actually my knees went up so high that I like bruised my knees across the bottom of my desk because I was so scared.
I mean, at least you didn't have to pay to fix the desk.
He didn't break. It was a Rubbermaid. You can't really break that.
That's
Workers' comp.
Yeah.
yeah.
Levi's like, you hurt the desk? No? Okay, bye.
Terrible. Terrible.
Anyways, I don't do it as often, but
Think it is.
sometimes
He's
the
lying.
opportunity comes up,
I'm
and
an
I'm like,
easy victim
I
for
just-
stuff like that, unfortunately.
Yeah, you're just
You
too
are.
focused on your work.
That's true.
Don't focus on your work so
I've
much.
done it accidentally.
Do
Yeah.
a worse job.
I feel like I've scared you more accidentally than I have intentionally.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. That doesn't seem true. A lot of
I
it's
feel like
been
there's
on
been a few
purpose.
times I've walked into your office and you're like, oh my gosh.
Well, look, you might remember those, but she remembers the traumatic ones.
That's true.
Yeah.
Trauma.
Yeah.
Levi giving trauma. What's new?
Gosh. Well, Josue, what would be your one challenge for our listeners? Especially if they're in youth.
If you're in,
Maybe they're not sure if they want to keep coming or if they even want to come at all.
well, one, band up against Tyler. Like specifically Tyler. Like I don't like
You just
grade
find so much
11 and
enjoyment from
10s.
that.
You guys are okay, but like if we get like push Tyler into the corner, like that'd be better.
Why do you feel this way about Tyler?
Tyler is a very talented man. And
So you're threatened to buy him.
right, you're like trying to play a game, and you're like, "Oh, Tyler's team won again." It's not grade 11 boys. Like it's not.
But is it?
No, it's Tyler.
Because Tyler and Denver are such good leaders that they're just like bringing
Look,
that
I was
group
in
together.
Denver was leading my group.
You know what?
I know
We're
what's
gonna ask.
up.
We're having Ruben on pretty soon, so we're gonna ask Ruben what he thinks
He's gonna
because
say the same thing.
he's in that group.
He's gonna gaslight Tyler. he will.
Okay, we'll see.
Oh yeah.
Those are your thoughts.
Those are your
That's your advice.
yeah.
Gang up on Tyler, and if you don't want to come. Just
Give it a shot.
show up.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't matter. Find me.
Even if you're listening and you don't,
Like just find me. It's
yeah.
okay.
What if they're listening though and you're already graduated?
Then don't find me. I won't
Okay.
be there. Or wait like a year or two, and I might be back. Just like
In my
slightly
job.
promoted.
Yeah. Having taken Alicia's job.
Yeah, exactly. You can probably talk to Alicia too. She's not too scary.
Thanks. Thanks.
Oh yeah, Alicia only.
Just look at me for a few seconds.
This has been fun.
Yeah, just Alicia.
Oh,
yeah.
Josue. You're a gem.
Well, thanks, Josue. Appreciate you coming on.
Oh, of course.
Yep.
Congratulations on almost having completed high school
That's
here.
Yes.
pretty big deal.
Great accomplishment. Yeah. See you later.
Yeah, bye.